The boxing world is buzzing with anticipation for the upcoming clash between Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero, a fight that promises fireworks, drama, and a definitive statement in the lightweight division. Canelo Alvarez, a titan in the sport, has thrown his weight behind Garcia, publicly predicting a decisive victory for the young star. This endorsement carries significant weight, especially considering Canelo's initial private confidence in Garcia, which Ryan himself revealed. Canelo told Garcia face-to-face that he would dominate Romero without question, a sentiment he reiterated after reviewing Garcia's recent training footage. To Canelo, Garcia's speed, precision, and timing are simply on another level, far surpassing what Romero can counter. Despite past tensions between Canelo and Garcia, the Mexican legend sees this fight as a clear win for the younger fighter, with Garcia emerging triumphant. Garcia himself is brimming with confidence, viewing this fight as a pivotal moment to solidify his status as one of boxing's brightest stars. He acknowledges Romero's natural charisma and humor outside the ring, describing him as a source of comic relief. However, Garcia is adamant that once the bell rings, the laughter will stop. He has boldly declared his intention to end Romero's career on fight night, framing the bout as the final chapter for a fighter he believes is already past his prime. Garcia envisions a brutal knockout that will relegate Romero to a footnote in boxing history, remembered more for his quips than his punches. This intensity underscores Garcia's determination to prove himself, not just as a social media sensation but as a legitimate force in the sport. Romero, for his part, is fully aware of the challenge ahead. He knows he's facing a focused and formidable version of Garcia, a fighter capable of drawing millions of viewers with a single Instagram post. During a candid discussion with Todd Grisham, Romero expressed excitement about facing the best possible Garcia, emphasizing that he wants no excuses after the fight. A victory over a less than 100% Garcia would feel hollow, he argued, and Romero is determined to prove himself against the odds, which currently stand at a daunting 9-1 against him. Despite this, Romero's confidence remains unshaken, a trait that some admire and others mock. When asked about his chances, he proclaimed himself the most confident fighter in the world, insisting that all it takes to beat Garcia is to crack him with a well-placed shot. The tale of the tape paints a stark contrast between the two fighters. Garcia boasts an extensive amateur background, with approximately 240 matches under his belt, compared to Romero's modest 35. Professionally, Romero's style is often described as unpolished, even erratic, with losses in 2 of his last 4 fights, both by technical knockout to elite opponents like Gervonta Tank Davis and Isaac Pitbull Cruz. While those defeats came against top-tier talent, they highlight Romero's vulnerabilities, particularly his defensive shortcomings. Critics argue that Romero's fame stems more from his outspoken personality than his technical prowess, a sentiment he seems to embrace. He acknowledges his role as an entertainer, promising an exciting fight simply because that's who he is. Garcia, on the other hand, is seen as a sharpshooter in the ring, with lightning-fast hands and a devastating left hook that has become his signature weapon. Teofimo Lopez, another prominent figure on the fight card, shares Canelo's confidence in Garcia, predicting a late stoppage after Garcia wears Romero down. Lopez respects Romero's power but believes Garcia's superior movement and precision will prove too much. He likens Romero's chaotic style to someone attempting to solve a Rubik's Cube mid-fight, a vivid metaphor for a fighter whose aggression often overshadows his fundamentals. Lopez's analysis aligns with the broader consensus. Garcia's talent and sharpness give him a significant edge. Yet, Romero's unpredictability remains a wild card. Some in the boxing community, including commentator Sergio Mora, caution against writing him off entirely. Romero's awkward style and raw power have occasionally disrupted more skilled opponents, offering him a puncher's chance in any fight. Mora, speaking to Little Giant Boxing, described both fighters as explosive but defensively flawed, predicting a short, action-packed bout that won't last beyond the 5th round. He emphasized that both Garcia and Romero have been hurt in the past, making the outcome less certain than the odds suggest. Garcia's last encounter with a true power puncher was in December 2023 against Oscar Duarte, and since then, he's faced technically gifted but less devastating opponents like Devin Haney. Mora wonders if Garcia is fully prepared for the kind of wild, heavy-hitting brawl Romero is likely to bring. The fight carries immense stakes beyond the immediate result. Oscar de la Hoya, Garcia's promoter, has made a bold claim, a dominant victory over Romero, followed by wins in a potential rematch with Haney and a bout against someone like Jaron "Boots" Ennis, could position Garcia as the new face of American boxing, surpassing even Canelo Alvarez. This is a provocative statement, given Canelo's status as a global icon, but De La Hoya argues that Canelo's recent fights, marked by safe matchmaking and lackluster performances, have left room for a new star to emerge. Garcia, with his massive social media following and undeniable charisma, fits the bill. De La Hoya believes Garcia has the potential to make boxing feel dangerous and exciting again, a quality that resonates with casual fans and sponsors alike. However, this vision is not without its detractors. Boxing purists dismiss De La Hoya's hype, arguing that Garcia has yet to defeat a truly elite opponent. Beating Romero, whose technical deficiencies are well documented, won't automatically elevate Garcia to the top of the sport. Some see De La Hoya's enthusiasm as a calculated move to bolster Golden Boy promotions, which has struggled to find a marquee star since parting ways with Canelo. Garcia, with his millions of followers and marketability, represents a financial lifeline for the promotion, and critics accuse De La Hoya of overhyping him for profit. Still, others acknowledge Garcia's potential. If he can deliver a highlight reel knockout against Romero and follow it with victories over Haney and other top contenders, he could indeed become a crossover superstar, appealing to both hardcore fans and mainstream audiences. Adding to the intrigue is the historical context of Garcia and Romero's relationship. The two have sparred in the past, with Romero reportedly getting the better of Garcia in those sessions. Prograis, a boxing insider, recalled seeing footage of Romero bullying Garcia in the gym, to the point where Garcia was visibly struggling. This history fuels Romero's confidence and raises questions about how their dynamic will play out in a competitive setting. Prograis, while leaning toward Garcia due to his superior talent and big fight experience, refuses to count Romero out, citing his wildness as a factor that could disrupt Garcia's rhythm. Romero's aggressive, unorthodox approach makes him difficult to prepare for, and Prograis warns that Garcia must avoid letting Romero dictate the pace early. The fight is part of a stacked card on May 2, 2025, in Times Square, featuring other high-profile bouts like Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza Jr. The event is being billed as a make-or-break night, with Turki Alalshik, a key figure in boxing's recent resurgence, promising that winners will secure massive opportunities in October, while losers may fade into obscurity. For Garcia, the pressure is particularly intense. He's not just fighting Romero, he's fighting to redeem his reputation after a controversial no contest against Haney, where he tested positive for Ostarine. The scandal cast a shadow over his career, and a lackluster performance or loss to Romero could derail his comeback. Garcia needs to win, and win impressively, to keep his trajectory towards superstardom intact. Shakur Stevenson, another prominent boxer, offered a blunt assessment of the matchup, dismissing Romero's chances outright. He called Romero not that good, and praised Garcia's superior boxing skills, predicting a knockout. Stevenson's confidence in Garcia reflects the broader sentiment in the boxing community, where Romero is often seen as a talented but flawed fighter who relies on power over finesse. Yet, Romero supporters point to his resilience and ability to land game-changing shots, as evidenced by Tank Davis's acknowledgement of his punching power. Davis, who stopped Romero in 2022, described him as the only fighter whose punches truly rattled him, a testament to Romero's dangerousness despite his losses. The polarized opinions surrounding this fight encapsulate the chaotic allure of boxing. On one hand, Garcia is the heavy favorite, backed by his speed, skill, and star power. His left hook, in particular, is seen as a potential fight ender, capable of exploiting Romero's shaky chin. On the other hand, Romero's unpredictability and raw power make him a live underdog, especially against a fighter like Garcia, who has been dropped in the past. The sparring footage, the trash talk, and the high stakes all add layers of intrigue, ensuring that this fight will be a spectacle, regardless of the outcome. As the boxing world awaits May 2nd, the question remains: can Garcia deliver on the hype and cement his place among the sports elite, or will Romero's chaotic energy and punching power steal the show? Garcia's dismissive comments about Romero's lack of improvement since their sparring days suggest a fighter who is supremely confident in his game plan. He believes Romero's chin has deteriorated and his mistakes are exploitable, predicting a 90% chance of a knockout. Romero, meanwhile, is leaning into his underdog status, promising to bring the fight to Garcia and capitalize on any openings. Ultimately, this fight is about more than just a win or a loss. For Garcia, it's a chance to silence doubters, reclaim his narrative, and take a step toward becoming the face of American boxing. For Romero, it's an opportunity to defy the odds, prove his critics wrong, and etch his name into the sport's history. With the boxing world watching, one thing is certain: when these two step into the ring, it won't be boring. Whether it ends in a highlight reel knockout or a shocking upset, Garcia vs. Romero is poised to deliver a night that fans won't soon forget.